Audiences. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago, welcoming all of you for the mid-morning Japa session. I thank all of you for attending this session and giving your beautiful association and time. Please forgive me for interrupting your ecstatic chanting. Let us move to our next part of the session, which is Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat. And before we start our session, may I know who all have joined the call this morning?
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for your warm welcoming. And thank you, Sumi Mataji, for that very beautiful chanting. This is Preeti Vilasini Devi Dasi from Atlanta. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Priti Vilasini Devi Dasi Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Guru Gauranga, all glories to Sri Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining and very grateful to your services. And Hare Krishna, Mataji. So grateful.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandot pranams to you and all the devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Sumi from Chennai, India.
Hare Krishna, Sumi Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Sri Guru Maharaj, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining and reciting very beautifully the chapter 11. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam to you and all Vaishnavas, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev Vijay Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Sri Guru Maharaj, and all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining every single day and giving your beautiful association. Mataji, Hare Krishna. Is there anybody else?
Mataji, you can read the quote.
Sure, Mataji. 1 second. Welcome to Bhakti Sanga Japa group. Before we start today's session, I would like to read our Srila Prabhupada's quote for June 20. In Vrindavan, when we talk on the street, the cartsmen, the milkmen carrying milk, immediately they will off namaskar. Swamiji, the other day we were walking and we entered one field just for walking. So the villagers, the cultivators, they came to congratulate us and receive us. Swamiji, it is our great fortune that you have come to our field. But in your country, if I would have entered in another place, perhaps they would have brought charge of trespass or might have shoot us down. So that is the different system. That by bright right, they are Krishna conscious in Vrindavan. Toronto, June 20, 1976. Patit Pavan Srila Prabhupada Maharaj ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So today we are so fortunate to have Her Grace Cinmayi Vrajapriya Devi Dasi Mataji on the topic of Sri Chaitanya Bhagavata Madhya Khanda, chapter 11, verse number 60 onwards. Thank you very much, Mataji. Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Sri Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much, Mataji, for giving your very valuable time and association to us this morning and enlightening us on this topic of Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat. Now I hand over call to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, we are so eagerly waiting for you. So grateful to you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Ashramati Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much, Mataji, for your warm welcome. And need your blessings, Mataji. Vanchakalpatarubhyashcha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Need the blessings of each and every Vaishnava present here. Please bless me that I speak a few words totally in accord with Srila Prabhupada's purpose, Srila Gurudev's explanations. just to purify myself, and it should be pleasing to you all, and I shouldn't make any mistakes by speaking some words of my own mental concoction. Need this blessing for my own advancement. We are doing Chaitanya Bhagavat. It's a beautiful chapter, characteristics of Lord Nityananda. And we have had wonderful speakers explaining the characteristics of the Supreme Lord to us, because the Supreme Lord doesn't reveal himself so easily to everyone. So we have had some great speakers who have explained to us what actually are the characteristics of Nityananda. So in that mode, we will read today's verses. And we are at present in a section where Mother Malini is having a lot of Vatsalya Rasa with our Supreme Lord Nityananda. And once her vessel in which she keeps ghee for the Lord's offerings gets taken by a crow, and our Nityananda Prabhu makes the crow gets it back. And then Mother Malini offers beautiful prayers to Lord Nityananda Prabhu. But Lord Nityananda Prabhu is in the mood of a child. So he doesn't, he just listens to all these prayers from his mother, and he gives a broad smile and he says, "Can I eat now?" And that's where we stopped yesterday. We'll continue today from text 60, and we'll start with our prayers for today. Om Ajnanathimiranthasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shriyutapadakamalaam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam panghum langhayate girim yatkripātamaham vande Shri Gurum Dīnatarinam Paramanandam Madhavam Shri Chaitanyam Ishwaram Harihi Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. So we'll start with today's verse, which goes from text 60. अहर्निश भावावेशे परम उद्धामा सर्वनदीयाय भूले ज्योतिर्मय धामा. Absorbed in transcendental ecstasy, the most effulgent Nityananda wandered day and night throughout Nadia. So our Nityananda Prabhu is most effulgent. His effulgence is like hundreds and thousands of rising sun. That is what it is compared to. And he has beautifully formed arms, beautifully formed legs, hands. Everything of Nityananda Prabhu is so beautiful. His eyes are like lotus petals, and of course the lotus feet of our Supreme Lord Nityananda, Nithai Padakamalam, Koti Chandra Sushitalam. It is as soothing as when moonlight of millions of moon comes. So when so much of moonlight comes, how much of soothing we will get? That much of soothing we will get when we take shelter of those lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu. And that Nityananda Prabhu was wandering in complete ecstasy throughout Nadia. Kiba yogi Nityananda, kiba tatvajnani, yahara ye mata ichha, na bala ye kheni. Some say that Lord Nityananda is a great yogi, while some say he is a great philosopher. Others may say whatever they desire. And why should they not say so? So, however, they are seeing Lord Nityananda in that vision, they are perceiving him. And he is everything. Whatever they imagine, he is everything and beyond that too. ये से केने नित्यानंदा चैतन्य राना है तब से चरण मोरा रहो का हृदय. Whatever relationship Nityananda may have with Lord Chaitanya, I still keep his lotus feet within my heart. So here our Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying, whatever relationship Nityananda Prabhu may have with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we can think of some pastimes where the two Supreme Lords, the two eternal brothers, have exhibited different kinds of modes in different pastimes. Just a few we will recollect today and relish them. So, Nityananda Prabhu always calls himself Chaitanya Dasa, and he serves Mahaprabhu sometimes as a guru, sometimes as a friend, and sometimes in the mood of a servant. And these are the three modes which Lord Balaram also exhibits in Vraja, in his dealings with Lord Krishna. So the same mode our Nityananda Prabhu is in. And this pastime is when Nityananda Prabhu is arriving for the first time in Navadvip. He's finished his yatra and he has heard that Mahaprabhu has started his Sankirtana, and he comes to Navadvip and he is in Nandanacharya's home. At that time, our Mahaprabhu, he realizes that his eternal brother has come. So he sends Srila Haridas Thakur and Srivas Thakur to look for a great personality. They look everywhere, but they are not able to find Nityananda Prabhu. And then our Supreme Lord Mahaprabhu himself comes, and he goes to Nandanacharya's house, and the two brothers, they have their first meeting. It is so beautiful. And then our Mahaprabhu's tells Srivas Thakur to perform Vyas Puja for Nityananda Prabhu. And this is a beautiful pastime. And during this pastime, our Mahaprabhu, he loves Nityananda Prabhu so much, and he wants to show Nityananda Prabhu that he also imbibes Nityananda Prabhu's mood. So he exhibits Shadbhuja form to Nityananda Prabhu, and in that Shadbhuja he holds Nityananda Prabhu, Balaram's plow also. And he reveals this form, this most confidential form to Nityananda Prabhu. So this is how they begin to interact. And during the nightly Sankirtan pastimes, which would happen at Srivas Angan, we all know that one night Srivas Thakur loses his son. His son, who has been sick for some time, passes away. And the whole family is grieving. They are feeling very sad. And Srivas Thakur decides that no matter what happens, we are not going to reveal this to Mahaprabhu and interrupt his Sankirtan. Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan is of utmost importance to me. But Mahaprabhu, being the Paramatma, he understands everything, and then he comes and he sees that the boy is dead there, and he makes the boy speak to his family. And this way, he makes the boy gives transcendental knowledge to the whole family and consoles the whole family. And then the last rites for the whole family is performed. And at that time, we see that after the last rites are performed, Mahaprabhu comes and personally consoles Srivas Thakur. And he says, "Oh Srivas Thakur, you may have lost one son, but you have two eternal sons. Who are they? Nityananda Prabhu and myself. We are your eternal sons." And that is the mood we are seeing in this chapter. And Malini Devi is Srivas Thakur's eternal consort. So, and Malini Devi was none other than Ambika, who was the nurse for Krishna in Brajalila also. So this is the mode we are seeing even in this chapter, where beautiful pastimes are going on between Nityananda Prabhu and Malini Mother. And we'll move on to one very beautiful pastime, that is, this happens after Mahaprabhu takes sannyasa at Khatwa. And then after taking sannyasa, he gets into his beautiful mood of Vraja, and he wants to go to Vrindavan. And he starts roaming in Radhadesh and thinking he is walking towards Vrindavan. And he is accompanied by his very dear associates, among whom Lord Nityananda Prabhu is present. And they are following Mahaprabhu quietly at a distance, whereas because Mahaprabhu is in extreme ecstasy and he is walking all around Radhadesh. And then Nityananda Prabhu, he is so compassionate. He is thinking not just about Mahaprabhu all the time. He is always thinking of how to serve Mahaprabhu, but he also thinks beyond it. He is thinking the grief which will cause to Sachimata and all the Navadvip Vasis when they hear the news that Mahaprabhu has taken sannyasa and he has gone to Vrindavan. So he kind of tricks Mahaprabhu and gets him towards the bank of Ganges, towards Advaitacharya's house. And he sends a message. I forget the name of the personality. I think it was Chandrasekhara, but I'm just not sure. I wanted to check it. I forgot. He sends message to Mother Sachi to come to Advaitacharya's house along with all the Navadvip Vasis. And he goes and approaches Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu suddenly looks at Nityananda Prabhu as though he's looking at him for the first time. And he says, "Oh, Nityananda, what are you doing here?" And Nityananda Prabhu says, "Oh, Mahaprabhu, I'm also coming with you to Vrindavan." And then he looks at Ganges, and Nityananda Prabhu says, "This is Yamuna." And Mahaprabhu jumps into the Ganges thinking it's Yamuna in complete ecstasy. And at that time, Nityananda Prabhu's already made arrangements for Advaitacharya to come there with a boat. And then they take Mahaprabhu to Shantipur. And then Mother Sachi, along with all the Navadvip Vasis, come to Shantipur. And this is a beautiful pastime where Mother Sachi cooks for her son every day, along with all the devotees. And at the evening, there's beautiful, beautiful Sankirtan which goes on. And Mahaprabhu is always there taking care of Nityananda Prabhu is always there taking care of Mahaprabhu so that he doesn't get hurt in his ecstasy. Excuse me. And finally, Mother Sachi gives permission to Mahaprabhu that he can go to Jagannath Puri and not Vrindavan. And then Mahaprabhu, along with his very small group of confidential associates, starts traveling to Jagannath Puri. They pass Remuna, where our Nityananda Prabhu reveals the beautiful pastime of Kshirchor Gopinath to our Mahaprabhu. And then from there, they come to Katak. And there, Mahaprabhu, there is a beautiful temple of Lord Shiva. It's called Kapoteshwara. And there Mahaprabhu wants to take a bath in river Bhargi. Then he hands over his danda, his sannyasa danda to Nityananda Prabhu. And he says, Nityananda Prabhu, hold on to this while I take my bath and come. And Nityananda Prabhu, at that time, he breaks this danda into 3 parts and throws them into the river. And that is why this Bhargi Nadi is also called Dandabhanga Nadi. And the explanation given by our Srila Prabhupada for this is, Mahaprabhu is carrying a Mayavada Sannyasa Danda, which is a 1 staff. And when somebody reaches the Paramahamsa stage, they are supposed to give up this danda. They don't need to have the danda anymore. And Nityananda Prabhu's thought process was, our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And in fact, he is Radha and Krishna combined together. So this is an extraordinary personality. He is automatically on the Paramahamsa stage and even beyond the Paramahamsa stage. So what is the need for him to carry the danda? So with this mood, Nityananda Prabhu throws the danda in the river and breaks it into 3 parts. At that time, Mahaprabhu comes out and he is very angry with Nityananda Prabhu for doing this. And he is so annoyed that he says, I do not want any of your association. I am going to walk on my own to Jagannath Puri. And Mahaprabhu does that. He starts walking so fast that he leaves behind all his associates and he comes to Jagannath Puri on his own, and he takes darshan of Lord Jagannath and he falls down in ecstasy, and that is where he meets Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So this is a beautiful pastime between the two Supreme Personalities, and so much of rasa is here, so much of different mood is exhibited by them in this pastime. And then we also see every year when during Rath Yatra, all the Navadvipvasis would come to Jagannath Puri. And at that time, even our Nityananda Prabhu would come. During Rath Yatra, our Mahaprabhu would get into such ecstasy. He would dance in so much of ecstasy that Nityananda Prabhu, though he would also be in ecstasy, but he would exhibit his servitor mood so beautifully that always with outstretched hands, he will be ready to catch Mahaprabhu if Mahaprabhu is going to fall down. And then he will devise all kinds of plans so that Mahaprabhu is safe, and they will form various circles of devotees around Mahaprabhu so that the entire crowd of Jagannath Puri don't come and rush towards Mahaprabhu and cause him any physical harm. So this was the mood of Nityananda Prabhu, and how Mahaprabhu would reciprocate with Nityananda Prabhu all the time. And in one of such visits, our Mahaprabhu calls Nityananda Prabhu. This was told by Her Grace Preeti Vilasni Mataji also yesterday. And he tells Nityananda Prabhu that do not come again and again to Jagannath Puri with all the Navadvipvasis. You stay in Bengal and you deliver the message. And he reminds Nityananda Prabhu, our Mahaprabhu reminds Nityananda Prabhu one of the reasons for their incarnations. He says they have come to deliver 4 kinds of people. This is reinforced again and again and again by my Srila Guru Maharaj. And he says the 4 kinds of people who can be delivered by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu are the foolish, the fallen, the wretched, and the distressed. I'll repeat for my own memory. The foolish, the fallen, the wretched, and the distressed. And whenever Guru Maharaj would tell this in the class, he would ask us to raise our hands who all fit into these categories. And he says, this is Guru Maharaj's own words, which I had written it down in my book. Guru Maharaj says, Nityananda Prabhu is empowered to deliver these 4 classes of people. So by his mercy, one can achieve the highest level of Krishna Prema in a very short time if we take shelter of those Nitai Pada Kamala. So that is the benefit we will get when we take the shelter of Nityananda Prabhu's lotus feet. And when Mahaprabhu gave this instruction to Nityananda Prabhu immediately gathered a group of devotees and he left for Bengal. And this is a beautiful pastime too. I'm not going into it, where Mahaprabhu, where I don't know why I'm mixing up their names today so much, where Nityananda Prabhu is so much in, and his associates are so much in ecstasy, and they go from village to village, village to village, delivering everybody. So once that instruction came from Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu revealed that mood, and he was delivering village after village. And this is how the pastime goes on. And then one more pastime yesterday was Chidadahi Mahotsav. So we will touch very briefly in this Panihati pastime too. We know how Raghunath Das Goswami was trying repeatedly to leave his household and come and take shelter of Mahaprabhu, but he was unable to do it. And once he hears that Nityananda Prabhu has come to Panihati along with his Sankirtan party, and he comes to meet Nityananda Prabhu, and we know how Nityananda Prabhu calls him a thief, and Nityananda Prabhu showers his mercy on Raghunath Das Goswami by putting those lotus feet on his head, and he gives him the punishment, danda, of preparing Chida Dahi to all the devotees present there and serve them. And this beautiful Chida Dahi Mahotsav starts, where every devotee is given 2 pots. One pot contains chipped rice with condensed milk, and the other pot contains chipped rice with yogurt. And at this time, our Nityananda Prabhu exhibits a beautiful pastime. He meditates, and with his meditation, he brings Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Panihati. Actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in South India at that time, and he brings Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally to Panihati. And the 2 brothers, they exhibit such a beautiful, playful pastime. Nityananda Prabhu would take Mahaprabhu, and he would put his hand in each and every pot and take a morsel of the chipped rice and put it in the mouth of Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu would smile at this, and he in turn would do the same thing, take a morsel of the chipped rice and put it in Nityananda Prabhu's lotus mouth. So this way, the 2 brothers were having such a beautiful pastime, and it was very, very, very few fortunate Vaishnavas who could witness this pastime. So this is how the Supreme Lords reveal themselves. It's not easy. And then the 2 brothers, they sit together, and then they honor their portion of chipped rice also. And in one of the verses, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, who can understand the influence and mercy of Lord Nityananda Prabhu? He is so powerful that he induced Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to come eat chipped rice on the bank of the Ganges. So these are some of there are so many pastimes, just thought of few beautiful pastimes which exhibit various relationships, various modes in which our Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu were interacting with each other. And Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur says, whatever their relationship is, I keep Nityananda Prabhu's lotus feet within my heart. We'll move on. एता परिहारे ओ ये पापी निंदा करे तबेलाथी मारो तारा शिरेरा upare. If, in spite of hearing the glories of Nityananda, one blasphemes him, then I kick the head of such a sinful person. So that's what we should be careful about. ए माता आछे प्रभु श्री व्यासेरा घरे निरवधि अपने गौरांगा रक्षा करे. In this way, Nityananda Prabhu resided in the house of Srivasa and Lord Gauranga constantly protected him. एके दिना निजा गृहे प्रभु विश्वंभरा वसियाचे लक्ष्मी संगे परम सुंदरा. One day, the most enchanting Lord Vishwambhara was sitting in his house with Lakshmi at his side. Prabhupada Saraswati here says, here the word Lakshmi refers to Vishnu Priya. So with Mother Vishnu Priya, our Vishwambhara was sitting. And what was our mother Vishnu Priya doing? Yogaya Tambula Lakshmi Paramaharishe Prabhura Anandana Janaye Ratri Dishe. Lakshmi was offering betel nuts to the Lord in great happiness, and the Lord was so pleased that he did not know whether it was day or night. The word Dishe means the direction, such as northeast or information. Therefore, the phrase Ratri Dishe means knowledge of night. So, both the Supreme Lord and Mother Vishnu Priya were having very nice pastimes. Yakhana thakaye Lakshmi sange Vishwambhara sachira chitete haya ananda vistara. Whenever Vishwambhara enjoyed pastimes with Lakshmi, Mother Sachi felt great happiness in her heart. That was the desire of Mother Sachi, right? That her son should be normal grihastha and he should have a normal household life and not become like his older brother Vishwarupa and take sannyasa. And she was so scared about that. She was praying every day for it. And whenever just to please her, the Supreme Lord would do this pastime. I think that's the next verse. मायेरा चित्तेरा सुख ठाकुर जनिया लक्ष्मीरा संगेते प्रभु ठाके नवसिया. Knowing that this made his mother happy, the Lord spent time at the company of Lakshmi. So this was our Vishwambhara, so compassionate, just to make Mother Sachi happy. And also it is Mother Vishnu Priya herself. So just to make them happy, he would spend time with them. हेना काले नित्यानंदा आनंद विह्वला आइला प्रभुर बड़ी परम चंचला. So at that time, what happened? The most restless Nityananda came to the Lord's house, overwhelmed in ecstasy. Balya bhave digambara rahila dandiya dandaya kahare na karela jap Parananda Paiya. He stood there in the mood of a child without any clothes on. He was so absorbed in ecstasy that he did not feel shy before anyone. Prabhu bale Nityananda kene digambara Nityananda haya karaya uttara. Excuse me. The Lord said to him, "Oh Nityananda, why don't you have any clothes on?" And Nityananda replied, yes. So we'll see further. It's a very beautiful pastime. Prabhu bale Nityananda Parahavasana Nityanande bali aji Amara gamana. The Lord said, Nityananda, put on your clothes. And Nityananda replied, today I will go. So the Nityananda Prabhu was so much in ecstasy that the Lord is saying something and Nityananda Prabhu is replying something very different. Prabhu bale Nityananda iha kene khari nithai bale na ara khaite na pari. The Lord asked, Nityananda, why do you act like this? And Nityananda replied, I cannot eat any more. So Mother Malini is feeding him so much that Nityananda Prabhu is now saying, I cannot eat any more. Prabhu bale eka kahi, kahe ke nai ara, nithai bale na ami, genu dasabara. The Lord then inquired, when I ask you something, why do you reply something else? And Nityananda replied, I went there 10 times. So even I don't understand these beautiful pastimes. I'm just reading, and in a very mundane way, I'm enjoying it. You elevated devotees can enjoy it better. क्रुद्धहय बले प्रभु मोरा दोषा नाही नित्यानंद बले प्रभु एथा नाही आई. In an angry mood, the Lord said, I have no fault. And Nityananda replied, Mother Sachi is not here. So actually, Nityananda Prabhu has come in search of Mother Sachi. He is so much in that Vatsalya Rasa. Yesterday also, Mataji was saying how we will see Nityananda Prabhu's interaction with two mothers. So this is the second one today. प्रभु कहे कृपा करी परहवसना नित्यानंद बले आमी खरीब भोजना. The Lord said, please be kind and put on some cloth. And Nityananda Prabhu said, I will eat. So Nityananda Prabhu's compassion is so much that as soon as he thought of his mother Sachi, he said, I will eat, because mother's prime duty is to feed a child, which she does from the moment the child is born. So Nityananda Prabhu, as soon as he remembered Mother Sachi, few verses back he was saying he was so full, he doesn't want to eat anymore. But as soon as he heard Mother Sachi, he wants to eat. So that's the mood our Supreme Lord is in. Chaitanya aveshe matta Nityananda raya ekashune arabale hasiya vedaya. Lord Nityananda was fully intoxicated with ecstatic love for Lord Chaitanya. He heard one thing and replied something else. In this way, he laughed as he wandered about. आपने उथिय प्रभु पराया वसना बाह्यन nahi hase padmavatira nandana. The Lord then got up and personally put clothes on Nityananda. The son of Padmavati lost all external consciousness and smiled. So here the name of the third mother, the birth mother of Nityananda Prabhu is being mentioned. Padmavatira Nandana, the dear darling of Padmavati mother. That is our Nityananda Prabhu. He lost all external consciousness and smiled. So this is an Avadhuta pastime of the Supreme Lord, and we have heard Her Grace Kirtida Sundari Mataji explain this in detail. She even went through various personalities who exhibited this pastime. So there's nothing for me to say. I'll just say this one thing which Srila Prabhupada has said in Srimad Bhagavatam when the pastime of Rishabhadeva goes on. This is in Canto 5, Chapter 5, Text 29. Srila Prabhupada explains who an Avadhuta is. So he gives 3 points. First point, one who has surpassed the rules and regulations of Varnashrama Dharma. Second, one who has surpassed the clutches of Maya. And third, one who lives completely separate and independent. So, needless to say, our Nityananda Prabhu is definitely beyond all these things. He is, the Supreme Lord himself has created the Varnashrama, right? Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam, the Lord says. So, how can the rules of Varnashrama Dharma limit our Nityananda Prabhu? No, he has surpassed all those rules. And definitely the clutches of Maya cannot act on him. Because Daivi Hiesha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratyaya, that is his inferior energy. So it is one of his energies and it is an inferior energy, Maya. So how can Maya have any clutch on Nityananda Prabhu? So definitely he is above it. And he is always Swarat. He lives completely separate and independent. He is always Swarat. So definitely our Nityananda Prabhu can exhibit the pastimes of Avadhuta. And even among all the Avadhutas, he is Avadhuta Shiromani. He is Nityananda Avadhutendra. He is Avadhuta's Indra. He is the Lord of all Avadhutas. And the Lord exhibits similar such Avadhuta pastime also with Advaita Charya. This is in continuation with our sannyasa pastime, when Nityananda Prabhu comes and takes Mahaprabhu to his house. And Advaita Acharya makes a very small request. He says, I am a poor Brahmana. O Lord, O Mahaprabhu, I have cooked something very small. Please come and accept it, because you have also not honored Prasadam for 3 days. Please come. 3 days Mahaprabhu was wandering in Radhadesh in that ecstasy, and Nityananda Prabhu was also following him. So he gets both the Supreme Lords to his house and he serves them. And at that time, Mahaprabhu, in the mood of a sannyasi, keeps saying, oh, this is too much for me to eat, too much for me to eat. But Nityananda Prabhu shows the mood of Avadhuta. He says, oh, Advaita Acharya, you are you are not serving me properly. I fasted for 3 days and I have come here to sit and take some prasadam, and you are serving me so little. This is totally inadequate. And this way Nityananda Prabhu exhibits anger, and he takes a handful of grains of rice and throws it on the ground, in supposedly becoming angry. And a few of those grains, the remnants, they go and touch Advaita Acharya. And Advaita Acharya at that time, he considers himself purified by the touch of the remnants of our Paramahamsa Nityananda. And he starts jumping in ecstasy, dancing in ecstasy. He says, oh, I got purified. Nityananda Prabhu's remnants touched my body. So this is the position of Nityananda Prabhu, where Advaita Acharya, who is Advaita Acharya? He is a combination of Sadashiva and Mahavishnu. That supreme person, that personality of Godhead himself, Advaita Acharya, he is considering himself purified by the touch of the remnants of Nityananda Prabhu. So that is how Nityananda Prabhu is, and he also exhibits the mood of Avadhuta. This is text 78. We'll move further. Nityananda Charitra dekhiya ai hase Vishwarupa putra hena mane mane vase. On seeing, that is Nityananda Charitra dekhiya ai hase Vishwarupa putra hena mane mane vase. That is our Ai Sachi, Mother Sachi. So on seeing these characteristics of Nityananda, Mother Sachi smiled. Within her mind, she treated Nityananda as her son, Vishwarupa. Sehi mata vachana shunaya sabha mukhe majhe majhe sehi rupa ai matra dekhe. Often Mother Sachi heard Nityananda speak exactly like Vishwarupa and saw him in the form of Vishwarupa also. So this is how Mother Sachi was seeing Nityananda Prabhu. कहारे न कहे आई पुत्र स्नेह करे सम स्नेह करे नित्यानंद विश्वंभरे. But she did not disclose this to anyone. She showed equal affection to both Vishwambhara and Nityananda. So this is also seen how Mother Sachi was treating Nityananda Prabhu and her own son Vishwambhara equally, with equal vision. So this she demonstrated in her appearance as Mother Yashoda also. Right? When Mother Yashoda would go to call the two boys when Krishna and Balram would be playing, and Mother Rohini would go to call them for lunch and they wouldn't come. And then Mother Yashoda herself would go. And the moment she would call out for them, oh Krishna, oh Balarama, she would be filled with so much of love for them that her milk would start coming from her breasts. So this was also explained in detail in previous classes by Prithvilasni Mataji. So yes, Mother Sachi is exhibiting the same mood, and she sees Nityananda Prabhu has none other than her older son Vishwarupa. बाह्यपायी नित्यानंद परिलवसन संदेश दिले न आई करीते भोजन. On regaining his external consciousness, Nityananda put on his clothes and Mother Sachi gave him some milk sweets to eat. The word Sandesha refers to a particular type of sweet made from condensed milk. आई स्थाने पंचक्षीरा संदेश पाइया एक खाया आराचारी फेले चाड़िया. When Mother Sachi gave 5 pieces of sandesha to Nityananda, he ate one and threw away the rest. Haya haya bale आई केने फेला आईला Nityananda bale kena eka thani dila. Alas, alas, said Mother Sachi. Why did you throw them away? Mother Sachi was very sad. I gave you 5 pieces of sandesha and you threw away 4 pieces. Why did you do that, Nityananda? And Nityananda replied, why did you give them all at once to me? And आई भले आरा नहीं तबे की खाई बा नित्यानंद भले चाहे आवे अवश्य पाई बा. Mother Sachi said, I have no more sweets. What will you eat now? And Nityananda replied, if you desire, you will certainly find them. घरेरा भीतर आई अपरूप देखे से चारी संदेशा देखे अपरते के. To her amazement, Mother Sachi found those 4 pieces of sandesha intact within the room. The word parateke means in one's presence or in front of. आई बले से संदेशा कोथाए पड़ीला घरे रे भीतरे कौन प्रकार आईला. Mother Sachi asked, where did the sandesha fall? How did they come within the room? धूला घुचाइया से संदेश लाइया हरि से आईला आई अपूर्वा देखिया. So she was very much amazed. Nityananda Prabhu says, if you want, you can find them. So she says, okay, let me go see, but I'm so sure I took out all the 5 sweets which were there and gave it to this boy. So she goes inside and she finds, to her amazement, 4 sweets are there. So she is so struck. How did they come into the house? And anyway, in that wonder, she wants to give them to her Nityananda now. So she comes carrying them to Nityananda and she sees something which is going to surprise her more. आसी देखे नित्यानंदा से लड़ू खाया आई भले बापा इहा पाई लख होताया. On returning, Mother Sachi saw that Nityananda was eating those same sweets. She said, dear son, where did you get those? Nityananda bale yaha chada na phelilu tora dukha dekhi tai chaiya anilu. Nityananda replied, these are the same sweets I threw away. Seeing your distress, I brought them back. This is such a beautiful interaction between Mother Sachi and Nityananda Prabhu, where he teases her. At the same time, he's compassionate towards her. And he knows she wants him to eat all the 5 sweets. So he's fulfilling that desire also. अद्भुत देखिया आई मने मने गने नित्यानंद महिमा न जाने कौन जाने. Seeing these wonders, Mother Sachi contemplated, who is that person who does not know the glories of Nityananda? आई बले नित्यानंदा केने मोरे भांडा जानीला ईश्वरा तुम्ही मोरे माया छाड़ा. Such a beautiful verse. Mother Sachi said, O Nityananda, why do you deceive me? I know you are the Supreme Lord. Therefore, please remove your illusion. And our Prabhupada Saraswati says, in order to deceive the living entities, the Supreme Lord provides various kinds of illusion in their thinking. The conditioned souls then accept temporary objects as eternal. This is the influence of the Supreme Lord. So we know in Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, Naham prakashaha sarvasya yoga maya samavritaha mudhoyam nabhijanami loko mamajam avyayam. I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them, I am covered by my internal potency, and therefore they do not know that I am unborn and infallible. So the Supreme Lord cannot be so easily manifest to us, and we have to take shelter of Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, and go from there to even understand a little bit of these pastimes. And anyways, in this purport, Srila Prabhupada, I will just pick a few things because it's such a beautiful purport. Srila Prabhupada says, when Krishna was present, there were only a few people who could understand him to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhishma understood, the Pandavas and a few others knew that he was the Supreme, but not everyone. And then Prabhupada goes further to talk about this covering. So in the prayers of Kunti, in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that the Lord is covered by the curtain of Yogamaya, and thus ordinary people cannot understand him. So Queen Kunti says, Maya Javanika Channam Agni Adhokshajam Avyayam Na Lakshyase Moodhadrisha Nato Natyadharo Yatha. Being beyond the range of limited sense perception, you are the eternally irreproachable factor covered by the curtain of deluding energy. You are invisible to the foolish observer, exactly as an actor dressed as a player is not recognized. So this is Mother Kunti's prayer. And further Srila Prabhupada goes and talks about Sri Ishopanishad Mantra 15, where he says, Hiranmayena patrena satyasyapi hitam mukham tattvam pushana pavranu satyadharmaya drishtaye. O my Lord, you are the maintainer of the entire universe, and devotional service to you is the highest religious principle. Therefore, I pray that you will also maintain me. Your transcendental form is covered by Yogamaya. The Brahma Jyoti is the covering of the internal potency. May you kindly remove this glowing effulgence that impedes my seeing your Satchidananda Vigraha, your eternal form of bliss and knowledge. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, in his transcendental form of bliss and knowledge, is covered by the internal potency of the Brahma Jyoti, and the less intelligent cannot see the Supreme on this account. And Prabhupada gives more in this purport. I will stop this purport here. We'll continue with our verses. Text 93. Balya bhave Nityananda aira charana dhari bhare yaya ai khare palayana. In the mood of a child, Nityananda tried to grab Mother Sachi's feet, but she ran away. So again, he's always in that mood of a child. He wants to just grab his mother's feet. And he was displaying the same thing with Mother Malini. And when Mother Malini glorified him with beautiful prayers, he didn't want all those prayers. He said, Mother, feed me something, feed me food. And he did the same thing with Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda went to check if there was dirt in his mouth, and she incidentally saw the entire universe, everything, including herself and the Supreme Lord also in his mouth. And she was she didn't know what was happening. She was amazed, awestruck, everything, and immediately, no, you are my mother. He took it away and he covered her again with Yogamaya. Ei mata Nityananda charitra agadha sukritira bhala dushkritira karyavadha. The characteristics of Nityananda are unfathomable. For pious persons, they are beneficial, and for sinful persons, they create obstacles. Fortunate living entities obtain beneficial results from the characteristics of Nityananda. Unfortunate living entities achieve obstacles in their activities due to their misconceptions. So we have been very fortunate. We have gotten many speakers who explained this chapter to us, who actually made it very clear to us what are the characteristics of Lord Nityananda. Though he kept it confidential. We were fortunate. Srila Vrindavan Das gave it to us, and it was further explained by so many speakers. So we have to take advantage of this and make this opportunity beneficial to us. That is what, if we understand this chapter the right way, it will be very, very beneficial to us. This is the instruction being given by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. Nityananda ninda kare ye papishta jana, Ganga utahara dekhi kare palayana. Even the Ganges runs away from a person who blasphemes Lord Nityananda. This is also very beautiful commentary by Srila Prabhupada. I'll read it. Being unable to realize the actual identity of Nityananda, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, many conditioned souls who are bound by the wheel of karma from time immemorial blaspheme him. But on seeing such offenders who commit offenses through their blasphemy, the Ganges, who takes away one's sinful reactions, runs away from them rather than destroying their sins. If the Supreme Lord becomes angry, then Nityananda, who is manifested as the spiritual master, can remove the Lord's anger. But if one commits an offense at the feet of the spiritual master, who is the manifestation of Nityananda, it is extremely difficult to nullify such an offense. So this is such an instructive commentary. We should never make any offense at the lotus feet of spiritual master, because then we have no gati. It is only when yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado, only when the spiritual master who is the manifestation of Nityananda, Srila Prabhupada says. So spiritual master should be given so much of importance, and his words should be taken as our order. And we know who did not do that. It was Indra who offended Brihaspati when Indra was in his sabha enjoying, and his spiritual master Brihaspati walks in, but he refuses to give him the respect which needs to be given. And Brihaspati just walks away. He did not do anything. He just walks away. But that had such a detrimental effect on all the demigods. They lost all their opulence. So this is how the Vritrasura pastime also starts. And we see one more personality who offended someone before even he became his spiritual master, but he was very wise to correct it. That was Jadabharata. Sorry, Rahugana. Rahugana offends Jadabharata even before Jadabharata is accepted as a spiritual master by him. But then once he realizes that Jadabharata was an exalted Vaishnava, he immediately gets off his palanquin, offers his dandavats, seeks apology. He says, I am so sorry I insulted you. I am not scared of anything. All I'm scared of is Vaishnava Parad, so please forgive me. And also he accepts Jadabharata as his spiritual master so that Jadabharata can forgive him completely and give him instructions. So this is an intelligent person versus Indra, who was a foolish person. So we should know whose example we should follow. Vaishnavera Adhiraja Ananta Ishvara Nityananda Mahaprabhu Shesha Mahidhara. Lord Nityananda is Ananta Shesha, the supreme controller, the maintainer of all the universes, and the king of the Vaishnavas. Lord Nityananda is, and the king of, Lord Ananta is described in Matsya Purana as follows. I'll just read the translations because we are close to 12. Since the demigods such as Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva and the powerful effulgent sages could not reach the end of your glories, therefore, O Lord, you are known as Ananta. And this Ananta, whose glories could not be completely sang by demigods, exalted demigods like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, this Ananta is sitting and singing unlimited glories in his unlimited mouths, and he is not able to do it of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So again, this is not very comprehensible. In Srimad Bhagavatam, also it is said in 1.18.19, it is said, the personality of Godhead, unlimited in potency and transcendental by attributes, is called Ananta. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated as follows, that is 4:30:31, it is stated as follows, because there is no end to your opulences, you are celebrated by the name Ananta. And in Rig Veda, it is said, he who possesses unlimited energies, who is the supreme controller of all controllers, and who possesses unlimited strength is known as Ananta. So these are all the definitions of Ananta, and our Lord Nityananda is Ananta. ये ते केने नित्यानंदा चैतन्येरा नाहिए तबु से चरण धन रहु हृदय. So Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur says, whatever relationship Nityananda may have with Lord Chaitanya, I still keep his lotus feet within my heart. Again, he is repeating the same thing. And we also know Srila Narottam Das Thakur in his song Nitai Pada Kamalam, where he glorifies the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu. Again and again he says, Dhrida karo dharo Nitai rapaye. Then he says, Dharo Nitai charana dukhani. Again and again, Narottam Das Thakur is instructing us, firmly catch Lord Nityananda Prabhu's lotus feet. And in the end of the song, Narottam Das Thakur says, Rakho Ranga Charanera Pasha. He is requesting the Supreme Lord Nityananda himself, please keep me close to your lotus feet. So we can also follow this example and beg again and again Lord Nityananda Prabhu to never discard us from his lotus feet. Vaishnavera paye mora yeyi manas kama mora Prabhu Nityananda hayu balarama. I offer my respectful obeisances at the feet of the Vaishnavas and pray that Nityananda, who is non-different from Balarama, may always remain my master. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Chanda Jana Vrindavana Dasa Tachupada Yuge Gana. Accepting Sri Chaitanya and Nityananda Prabhu as my life and soul, I, Vrindavana Dasa, sing the glories of their lotus feet. Thus ends this English translation of the Gaudiya Bhashya commentary on Sri Chaitanya Bhagavata Madhya Khanda, chapter 11, entitled The Characteristics of Nityananda. Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nityananda Ram Padakamalam ki jai. Thank you, Matajis, for tolerating me. Please share your realizations, and I'm sure I made a lot of mistakes, so please correct me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. You don't make us tolerate. Also, we want to hear more and more, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. So nice. You explain so many stories and pastimes of Srila Nityananda Mahaprabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's. Very, very nice pastime. And you're giving different example and the occasion when he said did the work like a servitor, a mood, and friend mood, and brother mood. So nicely. I like to hear more and more, Mataji. It's so nice. All the pastimes. I love that.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji.
Thank you.
And how Shachimata, and between Shachimata and his pastime also. I loved that. How he did like a child. It's so nice to hear. So when sometimes I just imagine, how it looks like at that time. So wonderful, Mataji, wonderful pastime. So beautifully you explain everything. All different pastimes you explain. I really loved that.
Thank you, Shamati Mataji. Thank you for your blessings. And it's your thirst, it's your hankering to hear more glories of the Lord, Mataji.
I really like it.
I just read. That's all. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Mataji, you have time?
I have all the time, Mataji.
Yeah, very nice. Devotees, do you have anything to express, anything about our Nityananda Prabhu's characteristics, how he was so naughty. Yeah. So go ahead, Matajis or Prabhujis.
Hare Krishna, Chinmayi Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for such a beautiful, beautiful class. And thank you for the Shiradahi festival pastime. Everything that you described is so beautiful, Mataji. Very grateful to you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Gandarika Mataji. Thank you so much. Thank you for your blessings, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Chinmayi Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Very wonderful class, Mataji. Thank you so much. Very nice pastime. It's like, taking picture in front of our eyes. That like that you narrated, Mataji. So nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Mataji, you're so busy serving so many speakers, and in spite of all that, you find time. Thank you so much for joining, Mataji, and thank you for blessing me. Hare Krishna. Can I end Mataji's and
Sure, Mataji. If nobody have anything. So thank you very much, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. And very, very enlightening and beautiful and enjoying class. I am really enjoyed these pastimes. So it's very nice class, Mataji. So grateful to you and so grateful to our Srila Prabhupada that he gave me this family so I can, enjoy happiness in my heart by hearing the pastimes of Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, even though they are both only one. Still,
yes, very
yeah.
nice. Yeah,
So
both
we are very grateful to you, Mataji, and we look forward to your association again in future.
Thank
So,
Hare Krishna, Chinmayi Mataji, thank you so much. Thank you for your wonderful, wonderful session. I'm sorry I was not able to unmute myself, but thank you so much for the very, very nectarian session, beautiful pastimes, and really like how you immerse yourself also in those pastimes. That brings up the right mood. So
yeah.
thank you so much for your association, Mataji. Really grateful to you.
Thank you, Mataji. It's all blessings of Vaishnavas like you, Mataji.
Blessings of your Guru Maharaj.
And you all came ahead in the chapter. This chapter is such a difficult one, and you made it easy for us to understand, Mataji. Otherwise, where am I to even understand this chapter? So thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you for your blessings. And I want to thank Matajis in the chat also. I think it's Preeti Vilasni Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I know I don't deserve this, but still you push me. Thank you so much. Sumi Mataji, thank you so much. And thank you for your beautiful recitation, Mataji. Mataji, I was so tensed. The beginning of the class, I forgot to thank you, Sumi Mataji, for the recitation. That was beautiful. Thank you, Susmita Mataji, and thank you, Lalitangi Mataji. Thank you all so much.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for stressing on the point of not offending the, spiritual master. Thank you so much. I will try to follow that. We need that reminder, especially I need it again and again. And it has so many other, things always. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Mitranda Mataji. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, Mataji, you don't offend. Oh, you're good, Mataji.
Yes, Yashomati Mataji, you can take over.
Sure, Mataji. Okay, so Mataji, vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Her Grace Cinmayi
Mataji ki
Mataji ki jai.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna
Jai Hare
Mataji,
Krishna
Dandavat
Devi
Pranam.
Mataji.
Hare
Thank you so
Krishna
much.
Mataji, koti Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Shri
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, ending the call. Thank you all so much. See you all tomorrow, Friday, with another beautiful session. Hare Krishna.